everyone. Welcome. This is Ear Training Tuesday. My name is Tara, your resident harmony nerd. I'm a professional singer based in New York City, as well as a music educator, content creator, and composer. And I have free offerings daily throughout the week to help you become a better musician and to increase access to music theory and music theory knowledge that's historically been kept behind a paywall or considered difficult to understand. So this time is for you. And today we're going to be learning musical intervals. Last week, if you were here for Ear Training Tuesday, we learned ascending musical intervals in the major scale. So today we're going to work on descending intervals in the major scale. Okay? So welcome everyone. If you're new here, I definitely recommend that you get some sort of keyboard to follow along with. And if you're on YouTube, you can see I have this keyboard here superimposed above my head. You can feel free to use that one. If you're joining me from TikTok Live, I recommend an app that is available for Apple products called Piano by Impala, Impala. I like this one because it has the names and the octave numbers of the pitches on the keys. However, if you have an Android, there are plenty of free apps for piano available as well. And if you prefer not to download an app, you can open a browser and go to virtualpiano.net. Once again, go to virtualpiano.net, okay? Or if you have a piano or a keyboard at home, that's great too. And you don't 100% need a keyboard to participate, but if you are a visual learner in particular, this is really going to help you out, okay? But I will also be demoing on my iPad that I just held up as well. Okay. So last week we did ascending musical intervals in the major scale. If you weren't around last week, that's okay. I started a YouTube channel about a month ago. It's the same handle if you're joining me on TikTok. Hi Val, nice to see you today. Okay. And you can subscribe to me on YouTube, which is a great way to support me without spending any money. So if you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, please do that. You can find my link in bio will connect you to my YouTube, same handle at Resident Harmony Nerd. And all of these lives are automatically reposted on YouTube. So as soon as the live is over, the video processes and then it gets posted to a playlist. There is an Ear Training Tuesdays replay playlist, okay? So if you want to learn the ascending intervals, you can go watch last week's session on YouTube. Or if you want to learn the music theory behind all of this, you can watch one of the Music Theory Mondays from yesterday or the week before. Both of them are really good information to help you understand how to build musical intervals, okay? I'm cozy on my couch today. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. So if I say something that doesn't make sense or you need clarification, please just ask in the comments. This is a safe space. I have no issue getting rid of trolls. And there are no stupid questions here, and there is no shame in being a beginner, right? Everyone started somewhere. I've been doing this for over 30 years. So I started learning this stuff when I was very young. I was interested in it very young. So you are watching and you feel like, oh my gosh, how will I ever remember all of this? You will. And it's not as complicated as you've been led to believe. I think that is one way that music theory kind of gatekeeps itself, okay? So this is my cat, little Meowie. He's very hungry today. He's trying to get more food out of me. Okay. All right, so today we're going to work on descending musical intervals. So if you were here with us last week, what we did was we started from do, or the 1, okay? Now, if you remember, this is really important information. So our first scale degree is the name of the key that we're in, okay? So, and also, this is also very important. That means that the first scale degree is relative, okay? So, If we're looking for the first scale degree, you can also call it do, or the one, or the root. This is all interchangeable language, okay? If we're in the key of C, okay, what note name is our root, or our one, or our do? Remember, the name of the key is the name of the one, the first scale degree, the do. And when I say the do, I mean like do, re, mi, solfege syllables. C. Yes, that's correct, Val. We're in the key of C, the C is our one. Very good. If we're in the key of A, the A is our one. If we're in the key of B, the B is our one. If we were in the key of Q, there is no key of Q, but if there was, Q would be the one, okay? Does that make sense? This is really important when you're building musical intervals. You need to know where you're starting from, okay? Okay. So when we did ascending musical intervals last ear training Tuesday, ascending means we're going from a low note to a high note. For example, do, sol, do, or 1, 5, 1. We went up to hit the note, okay? Today we're doing descending intervals, which means we're going down, okay? So just to give you an example, I went from do to sol, from 1 to 5 ascending, and it sounded like this. 1, 5. Now what happens if I go descending from 1 to 5? I'm going to start on my higher one, 1, 5. So I still went from the 1 to the 5, but I started from a different place. Not only does that change the way it sounds, it changes the name of the musical interval. I'm going to go through all of that one more time because this is a really important concept to understand as we move from ascending to descending intervals, okay? So, if I am ascending, if I am going from low note to high note, and I want to go from the first scale degree to the fifth scale degree, it sounds like 1, 5. We use twinkle, twinkle, little star to remember how that sounds, okay? 1, 5, ascending. What happens if I do 1, 5, descending? It sounds like this. 1, 5. Okay? So it sounds different and the musical interval changes. I am still singing from the 1 to the 5, but I'm coming at it from different angles. And that matters. It means it changes the musical interval. Well, y'all let me know if that makes sense in the comments. I'm happy to repeat it a third time if people are just dropping in or new here, okay? Because going from 1 to 5, that's a perfect fifth. But going 1 to 5, that's a perfect fourth. So the interval changes. All right, lots of likes. I'm gonna assume this means that we're absorbing the information. Thank you for all of the likes. Thank you for all the follows. All right, my phone is quite far away from me. For me to be scrolling here. Okay. Okay. Barbara's loving this. Awesome. Welcome, Barbara. Happy to have you here today. Fantastic. Okay, any questions over here on YouTube? If you're just joining me and you're new here, I'm also streaming live on YouTube. And all of these Ear Training Tuesday sessions are reposted in an Ear Training Tuesday replays playlist on YouTube. So if you need to rewatch anything from today to better absorb the information, or if you'd like to watch last week's session to learn ascending intervals, I think that this is maybe the 5th or 6th Ear Training Tuesday I've recorded on YouTube, so there's a bunch on there. And on Music Theory Mondays, which is my Monday free offering, we go through the music theory of the ear training that we do on Tuesdays. So if you want to have a deeper understanding of what the musical intervals are and how to build them, then watch last week's Music Theory Monday or yesterday's Music Theory Monday. They focus on different things, but they're both super useful. Okay. So the next thing that we need to understand about ear training, about learning this skill, is that it's called relative pitch, that it's relational. When we are ear training, what we are learning is the relationship between two notes. okay? And what matters is the relationship, the distance between these two pitches. The names of the pitches don't matter. That's why you're going to hear me use numbers, as in scale degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or solfege syllables, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, okay? It doesn't necessarily matter what note we start on. We're trying to memorize the interval, the distance between the two notes. And the way that we do that is, if we're a beginner, is we memorize a song or a little part of a song that represents the interval. That way we know, okay, if this sounds like the beginning of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, then I know I'm singing an ascending perfect fifth. Ascending meaning low to high. Twinkle, twinkle, that's a perfect fifth. Okay, and we went through all of the intervals going from low to high in the major scale last week. So if you'd like to learn that, you can check out Ear Training Tuesday from last week's session. And today we're going to be doing all of the descending intervals, okay? So instead of starting from the low one or the low do, we're going to start from the high one or the high do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We're starting from this one and we're working down. Do, ti, do, la, do, so, do, fa, do, mi, do, re, do, do. I haven't done that in a while. That took a lot of mental energy. Okay? So we're going to be learning all of those intervals. They are different intervals than the ascending ones, right? Okay. So if you haven't gotten a keyboard out yet and you're a visual learner, find a free app with a keyboard on your phone or open a browser and go to virtualpiano.net. Okay? If you're on YouTube, you'll see here that I have this keyboard above my head that you can use for visual assistance if you would like. Okay? Are there any questions before we begin? Hi, Tina. Thanks for the heart me. Any questions before we begin? Okay. So for ease, we are going to start in the key of C major. Why am I saying for ease? Because C major is the only key when you're looking at a piano that uses only the white keys. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is find a C. If you don't know what a C looks like and you're on YouTube, go ahead and identify it by using this keyboard. If you're on TikTok Live, we're going to find two black keys. You're going to look at those two black keys and then you're going to go left. And that white key to the left of your black key is a C. It should sound like this. Okay? We're going to start from the high do. Do! Okay? And the first interval is between do and ti, or the 1 and the 7. Okay? When I'm using numbers, I'm using scale degrees. So just once again, for people who aren't super familiar with scale degrees, whatever the name of the key is the name of our 1. So we're in the key of C. C is our 1, our first scale degree. You can also call it do. D is our 2, our second scale degree, or you could also call it re. E is 3 or mi. F is fa or 4. G is sol or 5. A is la or 6. B is ti or 7. And then high do, which we can call 8 in order to represent the fact that it's an octave higher. We can call it 1 because it is still technically the root or the 1. Or we could also call it do. All right, any questions on scale degrees? This is important as we move on. Okay, so when we're starting at the top and going down, we have do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, or 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? So we're doing descending intervals today, starting at the high end. Our first interval in the major scale is between do and ti, or 8 and 7. This is what we call a half step. A half step is the smallest interval in Western music theory, okay? It's the next closest key on the piano, and it is our basic building block for all musical intervals, okay? If you want to learn how to build the musical intervals we're talking about today, you're going to want to go watch the Music Theory Monday from yesterday on the YouTube playlist Music Theory Monday replays, okay? My YouTube handle is the same as my TikTok handle, all right? So now we're going from Do to T. So this is a D, what we would call a descending from high to low minor second, okay? And now we're going to use some songs that we might know to memorize what this sounds like so that we can apply what this sounds like to other pieces of music. So I'm going to give you some suggestions of songs to help you remember this, and you choose the one that works best for you, okay? For Elise. Those are all descending minor seconds. Okay, the first two notes of joy to the world. The joy and the two of joy to the world. All right. The Jurassic Park theme. All right. So there's a bunch of ones to help you remember. What's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. And that's the one that we'll use for ear training later. So what we're doing is first we're going through and I'm giving you songs to help you memorize the intervals, the descending intervals, and then we're going to practice a little bit, okay? As much as my energy will allow. You can tell I'm a little hoarse. I'm trying to not get sick, so I'm laying low. I'm on my couch today. Okay. Joy to the World is Barbara's favorite. Cool. All right. Anybody else? You got a preferred song? So something else to note too is if you go to Google and you search earmaster.com song interval generator, then it will help you. Joy to the World. Okay, awesome. We'll use Joy to the World. There's something called a song interval generator chart, and that will help you with all different sorts of songs you can use to memorize intervals. So Joy to the World for a minor second. Joy to the world. Okay. Our next interval is from Do to La, or 8 to the 6. Okay. And when we're going from high to low, descending, this interval is a minor third. Okay. One way I remember it is nanny nanny boo boo, like when kids are going nanny nanny. That is a minor third. Well, let me give you some more official song choices to help you remember a minor third. Hey Jude by the Beatles. I'm going to sing down the octave because my voice is a little tired today. Hey Jude, don't make it bad, take a sad song. Okay, another one we can use is Frosty the Snowman, the Frosty of Frosty. If you're American, the first two pitches of the Star Spangled Banner, which is our national anthem, oh say, which all three of those notes are a descending minor triad, which is good to have in your back pocket. Okay. So which one of those three songs do you like the best to memorize a minor third? Let me know in the comments. Ow, 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 kitty. You know when they give you their bellies and they act like they want to be pet, but it's a trap? It was a trap. You got me. It was a trap. Frosty the Snowman. Cool. Keeping the Christmas alive. That's right. Christmas in March. I was like, wait, what month is it? I think that there are Christmas songs for choices for many of these. So, cool. Hey, Sparrow, I haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome back. All right. Next interval is a perfect fourth, and that is going from the 8 to the 5 below. This is a really important interval if you want to learn how to sing harmonies. The perfect fourth below, the descending perfect fourth. Okay? Because what that means is that we're singing the 5 underneath the melody, and this is a very common way that we hear harmonies done in Western pop music. Okay? So 1 to 5 below, it sounds like 8, 5, or do, sol. Songs we can use to remember this are Under Pressure or Vanilla Ice, depending on how old you are. Bum 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 ba-da-ba-dum, bum 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 ba-da-dum. Okay? So that's one song. Another is O Come All Ye Faithful. O come all ye faithful, O come all. Okay, sticking with our Christmas theme. I've been working on the railroad is another one. I've been working. Both of those are perfect fourths. Working on the railroad. Okay. Excuse me. So plenty of options there for a perfect fourth. Let me know which one you like. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow and the likes, everybody. Oh. Sorry if that just froze. All right. I'm bringing this closer. I'm having trouble seeing. Okay. Cal Speaks Life is asking the other way around is Here Comes the Bride 1 to 4 correct. Yep, that's an ascending perfect fourth. And Here Comes the Bride, yes, is a good way to memorize it. But we use different songs to memorize the intervals in reverse because they tend to have a different feeling to them. Good question. Okay. Next we have a perfect fifth descending. Okay. 8, 5, or do to fa. Okay. This is a descending perfect fifth. Okay. And some songs that we can use to memorize this are Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, Flintstones. Okay. The website I'm looking at is also suggesting the Game of Thrones main theme. I don't know what that sounds like, but if that works for you, you go ahead and keep that one. That show was far too violent for me. I do not handle it well, which is a shame because everybody says it's so good, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't stomach it. I tried. And as a result, I do not know what the theme song sounds like, but you might, so you go ahead and use it if it works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, use the Flintstones theme or lovely, don't you ever change, keep that breathless charm, won't you please arrange it, 'cause I love you and the way you look tonight. Okay. That one's an old classic. If you want to use that one, it's the lovely. All right? Just the way you look tonight. All right? Next, we have a minor 6 descending. This one's tricky. I just played it before I said anything because I was like, do I even remember what this sounds like? I haven't worked with this interval in a minute. So a minor 6 descending goes from do to mi or E to 3. How do we remember this? A couple songs, oh, the theme. For those of you who are my age, for people who are younger, this probably isn't going to work for you. Have 15 for a moment, got in between 10 and 20, and I'm just dreaming. Da, 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 da. That's 5 for Fighting, right? Do you guys remember that song? My mom used to love that song. I hated it because it was so overplayed on the radio. Have 15 for a moment. Vaguely, yeah. Some other suggestions are Call Me Maybe, but I don't hear where it is in Call Me Maybe. Let's figure it out together.
Hey, I just met you.
Oh, is it there? Hey, it is. Okay, so we're gonna transpose it to C now. Hey, I don't know that I can. My ear is not hearing it right now. Let's transpose it.
Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you.
Hey, it's the hey and the I is the point I'm trying to get across. I'm just having trouble finding it. Hey, I, hey, I, hey, I, hey, I, hey, I just met. Okay. Hey, I'm 16 for a moment. Yeah. What is the name of that song? You totally forgot. Thanks, Barbara. Barbara says I'm hanging with you. I'm just doing dishes. Yeah. Awesome. Never watched it either. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So that is 99 years. Is that what it was called? 5 for Fighting? When you've only got 100 years to live. So anyway, you can use 5 for Fighting or Carly Rae Jepsen. But either one of those are going to help you memorize that descending minor 6th, which is, it's not used a ton in music. So I think that's why we don't have a ton of options for songs to help us remember it. So go ahead, choose one or the other. We have one more interval to learn in the descending intervals in the major scale. Okay? Minor 7. It goes from A to 2, A to 2, or do do re. Okay. Cool. And I do not know any of these songs that they are recommending that we use to hear a minor 7. Watermelon Man? Does anybody know that song? Lady Jane by the Rolling Stones. We are not doing augmented or diminished today. These are descending intervals that are found in the major scale only. Topic. Beep, 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 beep. There's one in Fields of Gold by Sting. What are the lyrics, Blueberry, for the part of the song? I feel like Field of Gold might be. Oh, it was a joke. No worries. Sorry. It's hard to tell via text sometimes. I'm also a little under the weather today, so. When the west wind blows upon the. You'll remember me when the west wind blows upon the fields of. Fields of. Fields of. Fields of is a fifth. Fields of barley. So that's a perfect fifth, actually. It's not a seventh. Because we're going from C to F, which in this case is our high one, to our five below, or our do to fa. All right, here I go off researching songs. A descending minor seventh. The winner takes it all. That must be going up though. I know my search is coming up with these songs as well, but it's not indicating as to where. It says somewhere he's definitely at the beach. Yeah, that is. There's a that beginning the. There's a place for us. That is ascending though, and I'm trying to find a descending one, going from high to low, not low to high. Yeah, this is tricky. There aren't many examples of it. All right, we're gonna have to just kind of let it go today because I have to get on with my day shortly, and I want to make sure that we have time to practice. Okay, so we're going to now try to practice these a little bit. Starting on this note is going to be your first note. This note, what exactly descends? Descending means from high to low, the higher pitch to the low pitch. Ascending means from the low pitch to the high pitch, right? Think about it like you're ascending a set of stairs. You're going up, right? So same thing with your pitch. And when you're descending, you're coming down. So same thing with the pitch, right? We did ascending last week. So if you want to work on the ascending intervals, you can watch the session from last week on YouTube. Okay. All right. So now we have all these songs that we're using to memorize these intervals, with the exception of a minor seventh, because we didn't find one that worked for us, and that's okay. We'll leave a minor seventh out for now. It's not really a very often used interval in the major scale, descending anyway. Okay. All right. So let's start by reviewing minor seconds, okay? Does anybody who's been here for a minute remember what song that they were choosing to use for a minor second? So we are ear training descending intervals in the major scale. That is what this session is about. Okay. So we went through all of the descending intervals in the major scale and we came up with popular songs to help us remember what the intervals sound like. Okay. And now we're going to practice. So we're going to use Joy to the World. Okay. Can you hear the starting pitch? Is the iPad loud enough? Can you hear it? Okay. We're going to use the first two notes of Joy to the World to try to sing a minor second. Okay. So if you sing the first two notes, start singing Joy to the World. Okay. And stop on the two. Here's your starting note. Joy. Or if you have a lower voice, you might want to start down here. Joy. Okay. Now sing the note you think is a minor second. Here comes the answer. Joy to, you should be singing this note. 8, 7, or do to T. How did we do at home? Did we get that one right? Did you all hear that car horn honking outside? That car did not get the pitch correct. How did we do? Double tap the screen, give me some likes if you got it correct, or let me know in the comments. Okay. My gosh, what is happening out there? Welcome to Brooklyn, babes. You did not get it correct. That's okay. We have another opportunity. We're going to do 2 more of these minor seconds, okay? You can use Joy to the World to find the interval. All right, here's our next starting pitch. High voice, low voice. Use the first 2 notes of Joy to the World to see if you can find the second. Nope, there are major seconds and minor seconds. A minor second is 1 half step. A major second is 2 half steps. Right now we're working with minor seconds because we are working on descending intervals in the major scale, starting from high do. No. Perfect intervals can be diminished or augmented. Major intervals can be major or minor. We don't use the language diminished with a major or minor interval. We use the language diminished and augmented with perfect intervals. It's confusing. There's a lot of words. There's a lot of words to memorize, and some of those words are interchangeable and some of them are not. Yeah. I really wonder what's going on out there. Can you guys hear all these car horns honking? Okay. Here's your 8. Can you find the 7? Here's your do. Can you find the T? Here comes the answer using Joy to the World. Joy to, listen to how crunchy it is. Minor second. Are you singing this note? If you are, you got it correct, or you could be singing it down here. I pay $3,000 a month for rent, guys. to live in this. Yep. Brooklyn. There's a reason I'm not resigning my lease. I'm out. I will come back for my singing engagements. Yes, I'm in Brooklyn. And I am over it. I've been here a long time. The car horns were in minor, yeah. There's music all around us for sure. How did we do? Did we get that last one correct? Angelica, how'd you do with that one? Did that one make more sense? We're going to do one more and then we'll move on to the next interval. I have to sign off in the next 10 minutes or so. All right, so we're going to keep moving. It got worse. Okay, so Angelica, you're going to want to work on chromatics are really difficult. I'm really losing my patience with this. Apparently, so are they. Chromatics are really tricky to hear, okay? Do you know the song Joy to the World? Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Right? You can also just start singing the scale backwards. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. We're singing from do to ti. It's the tiniest little musical interval our ears can hear in Western music. Okay? It's not the same for Eastern music. They have even smaller intervals in the Eastern scales, but we're working with a Western scale today. So do, ti. All right, let's try one more, and then we're going to move on to thirds. High voice, low voice. Can you sing a minor second? Use Joy to the World. You can use For Elise. Okay. Here comes the answer. Joy to do, ti, 8, 7. Yes, thank you so much. I'm a beginner and new to learning intervals. Okay, awesome. Yeah, there's no shame in being new. Descending is harder than ascending, so this is a very tricky place to start. So hang around, absorb what you can, and then if you are new, I suggest that you go onto YouTube. Find me on YouTube, same handle. You can find it in my link tree. And you might even want to watch the Music Theory Monday on what scale degrees are, because that will really help you understand how to learn how to sing intervals. But definitely go watch last week's Ear Training Tuesday. We do the intervals going up, and they're much easier to learn if you're new going up than going down. This is like step 2, a little bit more advanced. But I do think that there is merit to hanging around and absorbing what you can. Hello, musical nugget. How are you? Okay. I have an excellent ear and can sing in tune. Really, that's awesome. Congrats. All right. Let's do minor thirds descending. So we're going to use Hey Jude from the Beatles song Hey Jude. That's a minor third descending. Another minor third descending song that we can use to find and memorize this interval is Frosty of Frosty the Snowman. Frosty the Snowman. Okay, so those are 2 options. If you're in the US, you might know the American National Anthem. Oh, say, can you see the O is a minor third. Or my favorite is you can pretend you're a kid on the playground and go na 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 boo boo. Okay? Any one of those is a descending minor third, okay? We're going to practice now. High voice, low voice. Can you use one of the songs we just talked about to find the minor third below? Hey Jude, Frosty the Snowman, okay? Blueberry, if you're interested in one-to-one lessons, go to my link tree and click on my website, Okay, and then there's a tab on lessons there. It has a lot of the information, as well as you can email me or fill out the contact form to talk about taking, if you want to take one-to-one lessons. I have 2 spots available in my studio currently. Okay, and if anybody is interested in improving their voice but doesn't want to commit to the time or money of regularly scheduled lessons, you might be interested in a vocal assessment, which is like a little one-off lesson. We work together online. You sing me a couple of karaoke songs, and I give you feedback on what you're really good at and what you could use improvement on. And I also give you links to vocal exercises. So the things that you need to work on, you have a free resource to help you practice that thing. Okay, and that's what makes the vocal assessment really valuable. So then you can use all the practice videos I send you to practice what you need to improve upon, and then when you're ready for new feedback, you just book another vocal assessment. Okay, and those are available in my link tree if you're interested in those. If you're more interested in one-to-one lessons, contact me directly. There's a consultation process to make sure that we both want to work together, and then from there you can sign up for lessons, and that information is available on my website, which is also my link tree. All right. Here's our do. Can we find the la beneath or the minor third descending? I'm going to use Frosty the Snowman, okay? Here comes the answer. Frosty, are you singing this note? It's between the frost and the T. Frosty. So this is a minor third. Thank you for the follow, AZ. Frosty. Are you singing this note? Did you get it correct? Double tap the screen and give me some likes if you got it correct. If you didn't get it correct, we're going to have another opportunity right now. Okay? High voice, low voice. Use Frosty the Snowman. Musical nugget. Got it. Cool. Try to find the minor third below. Thank you for the heart puffs. Here comes the answer. Frosty, are you singing this note? Frosty, do to la, 8 to 6. Okay, thank you, Blueberry. That's quite a compliment. Oh, and I get a tiny diny. Thank you. And a rose. So lovely. All right. Did we get that one right? Go ahead, double tap if you got it correct. Let me know that you're understanding it. And if you didn't get it, we have one more chance with this minor third descending. Okay. Here we go. Let's do high voices, low voices. Can you find the minor third below? Okay, do to la, or 8 to 6, right? We're working in the major scale. Thank you for the follow, musical nugget. Okay, here comes the answer. I'm going to use Frosty the Snowman again. Frosty, did you land on this note? You're having so much fun. I love that. I'm so glad to hear it. Got it. Cool. Hi, Jeffrey. How are you today? All right, cool. So now that we've done minor thirds, we are moving on to perfect fourths descending. Does anybody remember the song that we used? We used several songs to remember perfect fourth descending. Very cool. Hi, Boop. Hi, Boop your nose. Welcome. So we can use Under Pressure or Vanilla Ice, whichever one you know this as. Dum 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 da da dum 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 da da dum dum. We're doing ear training. Right now we're working on descending perfect fourths. This is a musical interval. If you're not familiar, we're trying to memorize the space between the 2 notes by using popular songs. Okay. We can also use "Oh come all ye faithful," the difference between come and all. Oh come all. That's a perfect fourth descending. Okay? Or I've been working on the railroad. I've been. Okay? Also a perfect fourth. All right? So now I want you to pick one of those songs or a different song you know that works for you. Okay? And we're going to practice. So here's your starting note. High voices, low voices. When you say to, it's always descending. So today we are just working on descending intervals. So that means from the high pitch to the low pitch. I mean, when is descending to sending to first? We're starting. Yes, yep, how far I'll go is also a perfect fifth. Yep. Or perfect fourth, excuse me. Descending perfect fourth. Whoa, that was a bad mess up. This is a descending perfect fourth. Yes, how far I'll go is also a great example. Okay? Yes. Yep, there's a difference of a musical interval of what is called a perfect fourth from the high pitch to the low pitch. Angelica, do you know if you are matching pitch correctly? A good way to check it is go to my link in bio, scroll down to the last button. It's called checkyourpitch.com. Play that game and see how your intonation is. You might have to take a step back and start with intonation and matching pitch. You can hear and understand, but use your throat instead of your diaphragm. You knew how to read and write in high school but forgot everything. It's kind of like riding a bike. You'd be surprised how quickly it'll come back to you. Yeah. And so, Angelica, singing from your diaphragm is a fallacy. It's bad language that is outdated, based on old science. So you don't want your voice to come from your throat, but you also can't sing from your diaphragm. It's a passive muscle. So it's probably more beneficial to you to just think about singing low rather than trying to strain from your throat. But like all sound comes from our throat. It comes from our voice box. So voice teachers are doing away with that problematic language. I was telling people to sing from the diaphragm because it's a fallacy. It doesn't make any sense. So, don't feel dumb. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's outdated, and I think that a lot of voice teachers are holding on to that language because it's the way they were taught. So singing low is good. You want to support from your abdominal wall, but yeah, it's what you were taught, and the science has changed. We know better now. And I was told the same thing when I was growing up. So it's I think people are in the process of getting rid of that. It's a little bit problematic. I think that it gives people the wrong impression. Okay, let's work on this interval. I was here. Okay. High voices, low voices. We're going to use I've Been Working on the Railroad, or Oh Come All Ye Faithful, or Moana to sing this perfect fourth below. I've been staring at the edge from Moana. All perfect fourths, okay? I've been working on the railroad. You should be singing here. Did you get it right? This would be the note you'd be singing on. How's it going? Did we get it right? I'm seeing some double taps. My husband is a guitarist and wants me desperately to sing with him, but I have no control. Yeah, singing is a motor skill you can learn. Brett says, I feel my issues are improper breath support and throat tension, which causes me to be flat. Yeah. So breath support would release your throat tension. Proper breath support would automatically release the throat tension and probably fix the pitch discrepancies. I did a breath support free voice lesson Thursday. It was last week or the week before. So Brett, go to YouTube and go to my free voice lesson Thursday playlist and find the one for breath support. It was either last week or the week before. I don't quite remember, but they're labeled. Yeah. And Angelica, that might be good for you to watch as well because it will explain more about how we cannot sing from the diaphragm. Yeah, it is difficult to sing and play. I agree. It's like tapping your head and rubbing your belly at the same time. It lights up a lot of spots in the brain. It's a tricky thing. All right, let's try another perfect fourth descending. High voice, low voice. Okay, can you use one of the songs we've talked about to find the perfect fourth below? How far I'll go. I've been working on the railroad. Oh, come all ye faithful. Okay, go ahead and sing your guess. Here comes the answer. Do, so. Oh, do, so. I got messed up there. Even people who've been doing this for years and years can still make mistakes, so don't be embarrassed if you made one too. Do to sol, or 1 to 5. I've been staring at the edge, or oh come all ye faithful. I'm unlearning and learning so much. I love that. Fantastic. All right, cool. And one more of these. Hold on, let me do a different octave here. Low voices, high voices. Use one of these songs to find the perfect fourth below. Here comes the answer. Do, sol. Are you singing this note? Sol. It would be down here for low voices. Did we get it correct? How did we do? All right. So we'll do one more interval and then I have to go. I have an appointment at 1 and I have to eat lunch beforehand. So if you have any questions on anything for today, please drop them in the comments now because I'm going to have to leave right after this last practice round. We are working on descending intervals in the major scale. Okay, so perfect fifth is Flintstones, descending perfect fifth from high to low. Flintstones. You can use a guitar tuner to know if it's correct. You can also sign up for my email list and I explain how to check your work if you don't know how to play piano. And you're working home alone. So if you sign up for my email list, which is in my link tree, you'll automatically be sent a PDF, and that PDF has the basics on how to find a triad, which is the basis for vocal harmony in Western music. And it'll teach you the music theory of how to find a triad and how to ear train a triad and also how to check your work. Okay? So, but a guitar tuner would work as well, but you would have to know the name of the pitch that you were trying to sing, right? Like if you started on a C and you were trying to sing a perfect fourth, you would have to know that that's a G that you're trying to sing in order to use the guitar tuner to check. Does that make sense? Yeah. So another way to check is to know how many half steps are in and to count the half steps. I explained how to do that in Music Theory Monday, both yesterday's Music Theory Monday and a week ago's Music Theory Monday. So if you want to learn how to do it, go to YouTube and go to my Music Theory Monday replay and learn about musical intervals, how to build musical intervals, okay? Because then that way you can cross-check your work and know that it's correct. All right. So we're going to use Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, just the Flintstones. That's a descending perfect fifth, okay? And we also talked about lovely from The Way You Look Tonight. Don't you ever change, all right? I'm going to use Flintstones. Here we go. We're going to do 3 tests, all right? Here's your starting note. High voice, low voice. High, low. Okay, go ahead and sing what you think is the perfect fifth below. using Flintstones. Here comes the answer. Flintstones. Sorry about that. Flintstones. What? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with my upside down keyboard. It should be an E. Flintstones. Are you singing this note or this note? This note or this note? If you are, you got it correct. Go ahead and double tap the screen. Give me some likes if you're getting it correct, or let me know in the comments. Okay? Next note. Let's do high voice, low voice. Use Flintstones to find a perfect fifth below. Flintstones, are you here? This should be your answer. How'd you do? Did you get it correct? One more of these perfect fifths below. Okay. And let's start here. High voice, low voice. Okay. Use those Flintstones. Find that perfect fifth below. Here comes the answer. Flintstones. Do to fa, or 8 to 4. How'd we do? Any questions, friends? I'm going to start my log off spiel because I got to go. But if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll check one more time. For those of you who are new here, hello. I'm Tara, your resident harmony nerd. I'm a professional singer based in New York City, as well as a vocal coach, music teacher, composer, and content creator. I started my content creation journey about a year ago, and it became explicitly clear to me that music education knowledge is desired but not available to most people because public funding is cut for arts programs constantly at public schools. And so that leaves you, if you want to learn music, with the opportunity to navigate it yourself on like YouTube or free resources online, or to pay for expensive private lessons. So I have made it my mission to make this information more accessible to everybody and to remove the elitism from it, because I feel like a lot of people are put off by learning music theory because it's intentionally made to seem more difficult than it is in order to gatekeep it. I don't know why this is, but there's like this elitist cloak wrapped around it. And there's an elitist cloak wrapped around singing technique as well. So I started offering daily free offerings on both YouTube Live and TikTok Live. And they are Music Theory Mondays, Ear Training Tuesdays, Warm-Up Wednesdays. I show you my vocal warm-up routine so you can create your own. Free voice lesson Thursdays, we learn a topic about singing technique together. And then Frequency Fridays, which is more of like the soul piece of singing, like how to build confidence, how to use music to help nervous system regulation, the more like human part of music making. And you can pre-register for all of these in my bio on TikTok Live by clicking the live event and pre-registering. On YouTube, you'll see that I have live scheduled. You can click the notify me button and YouTube will let you know, or TikTok will let you know what time I'm going live in your own time zone. Okay. There are several ways that you can support me in order to help me keep this content free. One of those is by liking, following, sharing. If you're on TikTok, please go subscribe to my YouTube. I'm brand new on YouTube. It's a big help. If you're on YouTube and you have a TikTok, please go follow me on TikTok. These are all ways that you can support me without spending money, but you can also feel free to send me gifts on TikTok, or what is even better than gifts is if you're able to send a tip. Even $1 makes a difference, helps me keep this content free. Anything you're able to send, if you go to my link in bio, whether you're on YouTube or on TikTok, I believe it's the third button down, says tip me please. You click on that and it'll open a document that will offer you my Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, all the things. So, thank you so much for all the roses. So, and if you're able to send a tip, that's lovely. And if you're not able to send a tip, you're still welcome here. If you'd like to support me through lessons with me, I teach one-to-one lessons, singing and piano. I also teach yoga lessons. Some students, we do like yoga and then move into voice, or kind of like a hybrid kind of thing. I was very surprised when I started practicing yoga in 2017 how much it made me a better musician. It really kind of blew my mind, but then I started kind of digging deeper and realizing how many singers are also yoga practitioners because of how much the breath work improves your vocal technique. And also, like from downward dog, I can, it's learning how to spread my hand, I actually can play a third larger of an interval on the piano than I could before I started doing it. It's pretty wild, the changes I've seen. Um, so, all of this just to say one-to-one lessons, vocal assessments. I'm also going to start doing group music classes on Zoom. So like we'll get more in depth with this theory stuff, and I'm creating study guides that you can purchase to go along with these free lives. And those study guides will also be included for free if you decide to take one of my Zoom classes. I'm going to be doing Zoom singing classes and Zoom theory classes in the near future. I'm in the process of moving, so life's a little bit wild for me right now. But I'm so happy that y'all could join me. I warm up Wednesday is scheduled for 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow currently. It may get canceled because I'm not feeling great. So if I get worse, it's going to get canceled. If I cancel it, it'll be posted in my stories on TikTok, okay? So I don't want to leave anybody just like waiting for it to start. But I'm hopefully we'll be better by free voice lesson Thursday, which is scheduled for 4 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through quick and see if there's any questions I can answer before I sign off. Boop your nose. I want to surprise hubby. You're in the right place. You're in the right place. Definitely check out some of the past lives on YouTube and see what you can learn. Mikey says I was only here for 10 minutes, but I liked it. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here. It was great finding you here, you as well. I'm so happy you had a great time. Notifications put on. I love that. Thank you, Blueberry. I'm so glad you're such a big cheerleader. Best live ever. I appreciate it. All right. Same name on YouTube. Yes. Same handle. And if you go to my link tree or just to my TikTok profile and you click on the links, my YouTube will pop right up. So you'll know it's me. Same profile picture, same branding, same colors, all that good stuff. All right. Thank you, everybody, for all the gifts and your generosity. I'm going to sign off for today. My name is Tara. It was lovely to hang out with you. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you Thursday. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Goodbye.